Oh yes, you are welcome back to today's broadcast. In fact, things that is going on in this country, it is very, very shocking. Let's look into the headline, what is going on and what has been going on. According to the topic, it says finally expose the hidden truth behind Tinubu rise and the security crisis in Nigeria. The hidden truth. Now, there have been a lot of evidence and a lot of proof that this insecurity, this terrorism, and the issue of buying of citizens every day, it has been proven that all of them is being caused by Nigerian president and Nigerian vice president Shetima. They are the problem and they are the people that brought them into the country. And that is why you see, no matter whatever that is happening or what Gumi is doing, the president will not do anything concerning it. In fact, in this video, everything is here. Don't skip any part of it. Try to watch it to the end for you to see and for you to understand the main thing that is happening in this country. And the interview, the international interview, asked when they are interviewing this man, he's saying a lot of things and they explaining how the president of Nigeria, how they invited this banditry into the country in the name of taking power over during good luck time. And during the good luck time, the way Tinubu and them, the way Buhari, they do everything to make sure that they take power back from good luck Jonathan. That is why when they brought all those banditry, all those people that is buying people every day in Nigeria today, when they get power, after they get the power, then they start paying them so that they will go back to their places where they came from. But at the end, they cannot go back again because of they have seen that Nigeria is a heaven to them. They have seen that Nigeria is a place where they can rest without anybody harassing them and without anybody talking to them. Then after everything, for them to go back, no way. And that is the result of today insecurity and today of ransacking people's villages and taking over everywhere. That is the result we are seeing today. In fact, I would like you to watch the video. Don't skip any part of it. As you're about to watch, like, subscribe, and make sure you share it for everyone to see things happening and the main things the people is suffering today because of this government.
Democracy in
Tinubu
Nigeria.
and his people created a militia, Daniel. Who said those words?
Tinubu brought in leadership skills into governance.
Tinubu and his people created a militia. Who said those words?
Tinubu and his people never created the militias.
So why did you say they did on January 22nd, 2023?
I never said that.
The candidate of All Progressives Congress, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his people created a militia. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria we are seeing a political party creating a militant arm leading to election.
This video reminds me about a simple question that I used to ask. Like in Nigeria, why are they still talking about recruiting more soldiers, recruiting more police? Why are they still talking about buying of ammunition to curb insecurity? Why are they still talking about let us have a private security, let us do this? Whereas the people who imported these terrorists, they are still alive. Some of them are still in government. They have admitted that they imported it. Then you leave them. You are focusing on the people they imported. Is this how our mentality, is it just the level of our life? Is this how our IQ is? Like we don't have a higher capacity of thinking? That people imported terrorists, they admitted they imported it, then only thing we are talking about is private security, buy more ammunition, do this, do that. Like the people who do this, they are there. So this video always reminds me about this question.
But I want to play what a particular man said. And then I want to showcase the foolishness of your average Nigerian. The foolishness of Bishop Coker. I want to let the world understand how foolish a Nigerian is. Not from me. But I want all of everybody to listen to this very, very carefully, please. And tell me if Nigerians are not stupid. Listen.
We have a confession that the media has not given appropriate attention.
Yes, what is that?
Kawu Baraje
Alhaji Kawu Baraje
was a leading chieftain of the APC.
Yes.
And he has confessed that they imported the foreign mercenaries who have become bandits.
APC imported foreign mercenaries. Baraje said it. Confessed.
More evidence.
What evidence do you need?
He has confessed that they imported them for the elections.
Yes.
This is public. Why is the media not following up?
Because Nigeria is corrupt.
Why are we not asking for accountability?
They can't act because Nigerians are not intelligent.
So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria.
It was an interview granted by a so-called stakeholder in Nigeria. APC, the government, people are joining APC. I don't want to speak against the Holy Spirit. At this point, I begin to say to God, there is no way a black man can be equal to a white man. It's impossible. You are aware. I don't know how to show it. This is the Maison Sahara reporters. I think I'll put it on my page after this. If you go to my page, you'll see it. The man spoke very brilliantly. Nobody has come to counter him. Baraje is alive. He opened his mouth and said, a part of APC said, we are the ones that brought them from the Sahel to come and kill you. They are fellow Nigerians. And after this, you say, I'm a Nigerian. That is why I say that anybody, if once you say you're a Nigerian, you're sick in the brain. I never have regard for you as a human being, because that means you cannot reason. I will play this once again, uninterrupted, so you can hear him very, very well. And I'll start by asking him, I'm not going to ask him what he said. Who is responsible for the insecurity in Nigeria? Who is to blame? Listen.
We have a confession that the media has not given appropriate attention.
Yes. Go ahead. What is that?
Kawu Baraje Alhaji
was
a leading chieftain of the APC.
Chieftain of APC?
He has confessed.
He has confessed, Baraje?
The foreign mercenaries who have become bandits. He has confessed. How much more evidence do you need? He has confessed that they imported them for the elections. This is public. Why is the media not following up? Why are we not asking for accountability? So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria. My name is Martin Onobo. I said it.
Martin Onobo.
APC is the direct sponsor of insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria. Ask me for the evidence. Good. I just gave you confession of Kawu Baraje.
Kawu Baraje, his confession is number one. Evidence. Number two, evidence.
Miyetti Allah made a public statement that if you want peace in your state, don't call any meeting. Provide land for Fulanis in your state.
Ultimatum from visitors.
Miyetti Allah.
From terrorists.
Miyetti Allah is a collaborator with the ruling party.
Miyetti Allah.
We had a report that the ruling party funded Miyetti Allah to the tune of 100 billion.
You see that?
I wasn't there when the payment was made, but that's in the public domain.
One Nigeria.
An official report that the government of Nigeria was going to establish a radio station.
Radio station for Miyetti Allah, a terrorist group.
In collaboration with Miyetti Allah. We are Fufude, the Fulani tribal dialect, will be the language of communication.
Do you understand it? Now, they were saying, this is for Fulani people, sorry, for Hausa people. You know, all these years when they were conquering you, Hausa, they said, Hausa, Fulani, we are Hausa, Fulani. But now they feel they have taken you over. Now they feel that they are at the crust of their conquest of Nigeria. They are now floating a radio station, no longer in Hausa language, but in their native Fulani language, Fufude. What does that tell you? As an average Nigerian, I wonder when, maybe there's something in the cow. You know, they have sex with cows and after that they sell it to us and we eat. Maybe that is when they succeed in hypnotizing us. The interviewer was asking for evidence. Let me now give you the evidence. It was us that translated this very evidence. Now it's all over the place. It's gone viral. Now let us hear from the mouth of the Fulani terrorist that the APC brought into Nigeria. Let us hear from them.
Idan ba gwamnati ta daure man wanda yake cikin daji ya ta'addanci ba Allah ubangiji ya tsine ma Allah dauki rayuwa ta a wurin.
Listen Hausa.
Allah ce saniya aka san shi da ita sai noma. Saniya ba ta yi bindiga AK-47.
AK-47.
Bahilla ce bai da makera da zai kera bindiga AK-47.
AK-47.
Gwamnati ke turowa har muka samu. Mu kuma wallahi dalilin da ya sa billahi lazi shekara na 7 ina makarantar allo. Amma lokacin da na dawo na tsinci kaina a cikin wannan abun wallahi ina mamaki kullum ina tunanin rayuwata.
If I'm lying.
Saboda mahaifana akalla a kasar dan banga da su.
What did this man say? I will translate for you. It's on my Twitter. I don't know if it's on my Facebook page. That is why, because of these things, that is why Facebook is busy blocking, banning, suspending people. What did this man say? I'll take off my glasses to read. This man said, I swear to the Almighty Allah, that is the government, the same APC government that our brother was talking about earlier, that gave us arms. I am saying this for people that believe in one Nigeria. That is why I'm... Hi, who are they? Who created this Nigeria? Who created these people that cannot reason very well? Let me read what this man said. I swear to the Almighty Allah, that is the government, that is APC government, so-called Buhari government, that is giving arms to us. Fulani don't know what gun is. We are only headsmen. Cows don't give birth to guns. I swear to Allah, we are on our own and the government gave us AK-47. I am not afraid to say the truth. Bishop Coker, are you listening? All of you idiots that believe in one Nigeria, are you listening? Morons, monkeys. All of you who are being deceived by this multicultural, multi-ethnic garbage, can you listen? The government that you are hoping to save you are the ones giving arms to those who have come to kill you. And you get up tomorrow morning and you say, believe in one Nigeria. That was why when Ozo 1 was under attack, that was why when these people, they gave guns to attack Tinubu, Ifani Ugwani called the Enugu State governor, called Buhari many times. Buhari ignored his calls. Ugwani called the commander of the 2 division. No one took his call. He called the commissioner of police for Enugu. No one took his call. But anytime IPOB is having meeting, you come and start shooting people. But when the same people were under attack by those that they are sponsoring, they were nowhere to be found. Is that a type of country? Is that the type of country you wish to belong to? Let's be honest about everything. If this insecurity were being caused by a group of disgruntled Fulani businessmen, you can understand. If this insecurity were being caused by a group of, say, very retarded Fulani politicians, of which there are many of them, I can understand. But insecurity is being caused by the government itself, the APC government. Our brother said it here, and you think he's lying. The people that they get... Do you know where they said that? In front of Sheikh Gumi, Abubakar Gumi. He went to the forest to go and meet the bandits, and the bandits told him it was the government that gave us the guns. We don't know what guns are until they gave it to us. That's why I asked you, if they're coming all the way from Mali and from Niger, how did they cross the border with guns? If you claim that those terrorizing us are from Niger Republic, so you don't have customs and immigration in the north anymore? Or because you see yourselves as one people, so there is no border patrol, no border policing, nothing. But you have closed Semi border now for nearly a year and a half. Semi border is closed. And you're from the south and you're shouting one Nigeria. Do you see the depth of your foolishness? Can you see it? When I say it, it's not out of hatred. People say, oh, I don't like his style of agitation, because I tell you the truth. A governor said The governor of Bauchi State, we are bringing in Fulanis. We are coming to settle Fulani in Nigeria. He said it, he wasn't hiding. We are coming to settle Fulani in your land, in your villages. Do you know why that is possible? Because you believe in one Nigeria. If you are on your own, nobody can try it. It's called an act of war or invasion. But Fulani is carrying out an act of war and invasion into your territory because you are under one Nigeria. So in other words, they are using, Nigeria is providing them a cover to carry out a conquest of an entire, should I say, ethnic nationalities across the zoo. Is it clear to you now?
Oh yes. We all have seen it. This is known as open secret. Open secret. For those that will be crying, those that will be claiming that the government should come and protect them, the government should come and help them. Have you seen the whole evidence? The truth is lying here. There is nothing like sugarcoating, nothing like sugarcoating, and there is nothing like where is the evidence? We give you evidence, we give you direct evidence and proof, and how everything happens. Because for some people, they will still come down to the comment section and still talking anyhow. Because of the beneficiaries, they benefit from this evil government. You will see evil happening in the land. Instead of you to speak it up, instead of you to talk, you will be adamant, you will be silent because of you are benefiting from the government. At the end, one day, it will soon reach to you. That is it in life. If you refuse to speak now, when it will be your turn, nobody will be there to speak for you. That is it. Because in what is going on in Nigeria, in the government, right from the beginning, right from the days of independence to date, if you are in the government today and you think that you are doing well because of you are in the government, one day you will leave the government, and those people that you are maltreating, they will start maltreating you. That is it. And if you refuse to do the right thing, at the end, they will come for you. They will come for you. If they did not come for you, they will come for your children. Or they will come for those people that is benefiting from you. That is it. Mazam Kano is a truthful man. Every evidence, everything he said there is the truth. And both the man that said it, now, have you seen the way they ask him a question? He starts denying, claiming that he's not the one that said it. But what is there is that internet is something that no matter how you do, no matter what you do, internet does not lie. Internet keep every secret we think that we have forgotten. No matter what you are doing, as long as it is going through internet, everything is being kept in one place, even though in 1,000 years coming, as long as internet is concerned, it will be there until this world comes to an end. So if you are doing anything you are doing, or you are claiming that nobody is seeing you, or nobody is speaking what you are saying, and no matter how you do it, internet will never forget you. It will be there, looking and waiting for you until the day you will be, in fact, on the day you do some mistake, then they will now bring all those your atrocity and start showing you. Now, I believe that same man, he has now joined APC. That is why he's claiming that he's not the one that make that comment. That is how Nigerian leaders are. All of them so corrupt. Very, very corrupt people. They cannot speak the truth. They cannot even stand to the heat when they see that, because all of them is just political for belly. They believe on their own belly. In fact, watch this and see the thing that is going on concerning what this man from the Senate House, what he said concerning Nigeria, so that you will understand where we are and where we are going in this country.
What we are saying is state police, community police, they are not the solution to our problems. Let us be honest to ourselves. It is failure of leadership. The president is the solution to this problem. It is time for the president to act now. The country is going down. If you look at the social media everywhere, drums of war, civil war is gradually moving. You see Muslim clerics, Christian clerics preaching hatred. You see people talking about tribes anyhow, garbage in, garbage out. If you put an incompetent person to head a place, it will not bring good results. So why are we keeping people if we know there is no good result there? So, Mr. President, is it the dividend of democracy that we are talking about? Killings every day? What kind of a country is it? What is the value of human life in Nigeria? What is the value? We should ask ourselves. Killings are taking place everywhere. We don't care. It is the primary responsibility of government protection of life and property. APC convention, the police mobilizing 5,000 people in the place that is no more than 5 hectares. They are deploying helicopter. Throughout the killings in Plateau, did they deploy any helicopter? Did they deploy 5,000 policemen? How many policemen? How many hours did it take? When we come here, we talk. They say we are against government. What is against the government? If government is not doing the right thing, we will continue to talk. It is time for the president to act. He should sack the people that are not competent. He has said it so many times. There are some people that are not competent. Today, a lot of injustice taking place in Nigeria and we are keeping quiet. We must address this insecurity. If we don't address it, we'll wake up one day and we'll see civil war, or we'll see everywhere is blocked and people are being killed. We can continue to come here and be reading motions, passing resolution, 1 minute prayer, take emergency. These are the things that we've been doing for more than 2 years. What is the solution? The solution is on the table of the president, and it is time for him to act. Anybody can be a victim of what is happening. That is my route. I always go to Bauchi through that road, and I don't even carry more security men, so anybody can fall victim of what is happening. Mr. President, the amount of energy, the amount of resources our security agencies are deploying on politicians is enough to solve some of this problem. The kind of resources, the kind of people they are putting on politicians is enough to solve this problem. If it was political rally or what they say, you will have seen so many people there. You have seen helicopter or you have seen policemen there. Some people that are not competent surrounded the president and they are giving him wrong advice. Wrong. Some people that don't even mix with people. Some people that are hooked up somewhere in a small place. They don't listen to people. We are representing people. We always listen to the people. They call us. They tell us what is happening. Some people, you don't even have access to them, and they are the one advising government on what to do. We will continue to have this problem. And if this thing is a democracy we're craving, I have no this thing. I can one day stand here and resign, or I can put up anything. There is no, what is the dividend? Every day this thing. Mr. President, as a solution to this, we must place value for human life. Even if it is 30 million, even if it is Muhammad, so that once they kill somebody, the government has to pay that money. Maybe if they look at the amount of money they are going to be paying every day, I think it will make the government to sit up. In Zamfara, just yesterday, about 40 people, this thing. If you charge the government to be paying 50 million for each soul, I think the government will wake up. We can't continue. Our people are being killed every day. They are being buried like garbage. You look at the people in the hospital, they are there, left on their own. So what is the value? We must ask ourselves, what is the value of human life in Nigeria? And every day, we keep seeing headsmen, Fulani, everything they call it. Arrest the people. The work of the security is not even mobilizing. It's to prevent these things. It's not about telling us that after the crisis you have mobilized something. It's not the work. So we are here every day. We bring motion, we bring things. It is time. Everything is on top of the president's table. A lot of things are going on, and he has to take action. If he doesn't take action, these things will continue to take place. This thing is something that we can solve. We have people that can solve this problem. But because of hypocrisy, because they don't have godfathers, They are being relegated to nothing. Today you come to the police are demoralized, no discipline in the police, because you create a special promotion that you keep promoting people that are giving money, people that are close to politicians, people that are close to you. Whereby some people are there in Maiduguri fighting Boko Haram, fighting so many things. Even their allowances are not paid. Somebody is sitting in the office every month. You are giving him special promotion, giving money. Without the police, we cannot achieve anything. No country will progress under democracy without the police. And there is no discipline there. The morale of the officers totally down. There was an officer that called me. He said because of that special promotion, he felt like joining Boko Haram. He said that is what he felt. And another policeman that met there's another policeman that met Senator Allah. What you told Allah, you can confide on that Allah because of this injustice that is taking place. A lot of injustice is taking place in the country, and we are not addressing it, and we are thinking that we'll have positive result. It's not possible. We are not the only country that have God. Every other country they are praying to God. Every other politician they have God. We should do the right thing. We can't be blaming God. This will happen. We say God. Prayer will not solve the problem, but we have to do the right thing. If we don't do the right thing, we'll continue. Unless we don't care with our people. You can hear the narratives of the DSP when he was talking about American citizens. If one American dies, either in war front or anywhere, they will spend anything to go and get that dead body. They can spend anything. They can protect it anywhere. He doesn't have to be in that country. Any country, they will move there to protect their person. Do we do it? Instead, even the people that are doing the right thing, we want to eliminate them. We want to seal their mouths. Which country is this? We have to do the right thing. If not, I see no reason why we'll continue to be talking about democracy when there is no democracy. The democracy is about respect to the rule of law, to the constitution. Do we do it? Do we respect the constitution? Do we respect the rule of law? Do we do it? So which one are we practicing? Why are we sitting here? Is it that all of us, we don't have work to do it apart from this? We should try and form any kind of government that want to, but the democracy is not working. It's not working. If this is democracy, then it's a shame. This is not democracy. Democracy is something that at least the people will be protected. People are not protected now. Mr. President, I just have to just sit down. It's not about passing resolution. It's about acting on those resolutions. The people surrounding the president should not look at the National Assembly. Even if they don't want us, let them look at what we are saying. Let them implement the good thing. You can decide to say you don't like me, no problem, don't like me. But the thing, if what I'm saying makes sense, do it. Do it. And this is the result of what is happening. This is the result. Because of few individuals, we have compromised democracy, we have compromised our security, we have compromised everything. When people make statement to say, do this, they will say it's enemy. Anybody now giving his own advice to the government, before you know they say you are an enemy to the government. Is government not, is democracy not a government that people will advise? Because it's a representative government. It's government represented by everybody. We have every right when we're sitting. And when you are there, it's just like football. If you are inside, you will not see the mistake, but somebody that is outside will see the mistake, and that is the time maybe he will provide solution for you. So they are there. They will not see the mistake. Is it everybody that will get to the villa, or is it everybody that will get to the executive to tell them? This thing that we are doing in the National Assembly that cannot solve the problem. 18 months ago, I said the killing will continue, and if they don't act, the killing will continue. It's bad. It's very bad. We are not safe. If you think that maybe you are moving with a sarin, you are moving with a policeman, if they block it, you will be surprised the security men that they are protecting you, they will be the first people to run and leave you. They will be the first to leave you. So we are not safe. We should try and communicate and do the right thing. Thank you very much.
Oh yes, that is it. In fact, the truth is there lying to everyone to see, unless those who refuse to see and those who refuse to speak. The truth is there. It is not issue of how does it happen, when did it happen. Everything have time, dates, people that started it, and then why this insecurity is increasing every day in this country. And you need to be asking yourself, why is that anytime these Fulani headers, these Fulani terrorists do anything they do in any society, in any community, you will not see anyone being arrested. You will not see anyone taken by the police, and you will not see any one of them that's been shot or anyone hold accountable of their evil. They will be moving everywhere, going everywhere. It is only some of the community people that will try to put their little effort, and once the community try to put their effort to hold some of them, the next thing the security men will come and even hold the people that is holding those Fulani terrorists. The next thing that will come. You need to be asking yourself, how come? How is it happening? For you to see that the government hand is in all those things that is going on in the country. In fact, Nigeria is just a country. Well, nobody will believe, because Nigeria, we have not seen it as a country. We have not seen it as a country. Nigeria is just an area where people exist. It's an area where people exist. They are just existing in the name of let come and do business and go. But they have not created Nigeria to become a country where people live with rules and laws. In fact, a lot is happening. I would like to comment down below what you think about the whole thing going on in Nigeria. Like, subscribe, and share it for everyone to see things going on. I say thank you for watching.